Okay, let's jump into this deep dive because uh, the source material we're looking at today, it challenges a really fundamental assumption, you know.
Yeah, the idea that you should always trust your friends, especially when you're looking for power or even just success.
Exactly. Our mission here is to figure out why relying on friends can actually be, well, dangerous,
Mm.
and why sometimes the smarter move might be to work with an enemy
It sounds completely backwards, doesn't it? But the core idea here is pretty ruthless. It argues friends often betray you faster than enemies.
faster.
Why? Well, apparently they're easily stirred up by envy. And maybe they get a bit spoiled.
Yeah.
Even tyrannical, the text says, once your kindness gives them room.
So loyalty born from friendship, you're saying it's maybe weaker than loyalty born out of like necessity or proving oneself?
That's the argument. A former enemy, if you give them a chance, status, they tend to be fiercely loyal. They've got
Yeah.
everything to prove, right? And they're often intensely grateful for an opportunity they never saw coming.
They expect nothing and they get everything.
Exactly. Unlike a friend who might feel entitled.
Okay, let's see how this plays out. There's a really tragic case study. Michael III, the young Byzantine emperor around the mid-9th century, he desperately needed a solid advisor.
Hmm. And he had a qualified choice, his uncle, Bardas. But who did he pick?
He picked his best friend, Basilius, a groom from the stables. Loyal, sure, saved his life once, but totally inexperienced in governing.
Ah, the classic mistake. Michael let, love and maybe obligation blind him to the hard political reality.
And he tried to buy loyalty with just overwhelming generosity.
Totally. Showered Basilius with gifts, massively increased his salary, ennobled him, even married him off to his own mistress, Eudoxia.
Wow, just piling it on.
Yeah, but instead of gratitude, what did he create?
A monster, basically. Basilius got greedy. He convinced Michael that the qualified uncle, Bardas, was some kind of threat.
Right, and then Basilius himself murdered Bardas.
So it's this spiral, the ingratitude spiral, the source calls it. Basilius starts feeling, what, burdened by all the charity?
Seems like it. And the final straw. Michael hit some financial trouble and just asked Basilius to repay some money he'd borrowed.
And Basilius just refused.
Refused with impudence is the word used, just completely insolent.
That must have been the moment Michael realized his mistake. Too late, though.
Way too late. Basilius, the former stable boy, gets the emperor drunk, has him murdered in his slip.
And then parades his head through Byzantium on a pike. Just brutal. Undone by the person he trusted most.
It's a stark lesson in misplaced loyalty, isn't it? So if blind trust fails like that, how do the really successful players maintain control?
Okay, let's shift gears. A successful counterexample. Emperor Sung in China, AD 959, he took the throne wanting to break this cycle of coup.
Right, the cycle of his own generals, his powerful friends, his friendly wolves trying to grab power.
So how did he handle his friends?
Sung's move was brilliant, really. Strategic distance. He invited his most powerful commanders to a big banquet, dismissed the guards. Imagine the tension.
Yeah, they must have thought they were done for.
Probably.
Hmm.
But instead of executing them, he basically offered them a golden handshake,
Yeah.
a peaceful retirement, rich estates, lots of pleasure, essentially bribing them to give up their commands.
He neutralized them without bloodshed.
That's smart.
Very smart.
Hmm.
Turned potential threats into, well, harmless pensioners.
Yeah.
But his real genius was in handling enemies.
Right, using former foes. Like King Lu, the rebel who surrendered.
Exactly. Lu surrendered. Sung offers him wine at a banquet, and Lu's terrified it's poison. Standard procedure, maybe.
So what does Sung do?
He just takes a cup and drinks it himself. Proves his sincerity right there.
Wow, that changes everything.
Instantly. Lu became incredibly loyal. He got mercy where he expected death. That gratitude runs deep.
And there was another one, right? Qian Shu, a conspirator.
Yeah, Sung knew Chanshu was plotting against him. But instead of crushing him, he honors him publicly, then later gives him this package to open on the road home.
And inside, all the evidence of his treason, every document. Sung showed absolute mercy, and in doing so, won absolute loyalty. It reminds you of Lincoln, right? Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends?
It's a cold calculation, then. Enemies force you to maintain distance, respect boundaries. Hiring friends. Well, you might sacrifice competence for connection.
And it limits your power, doesn't it? Friends often hesitate to point out your flaws. Plus, your kindness can feel like condescension, breeding resentment underneath.
Whereas an enemy, ironically, keeps you sharp, focused, alert.
Right. Mao Zedong apparently valued conflict for that reason, saw it as training, said you couldn't get stronger without a worthy opponent.
So for you listening, understanding this dynamic, it's like a strategic goldmine. The real potential lies in transforming that enemy, that conflict, into commitment.
And let's leave you with this final thought. It comes from Plutarch. He pointed out that friends often cover up your flaws, your big mistakes. But enemies, they'll point them out fast. You actually learn more from a foe than from someone familiar, something to chew on.